Just to start off, I'm a fan of literally anything from Thomas the Tank Engine to Garfield. Quite recently, I decided to check out Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I knew this series thanks to my younger me, getting recommended Ezekiel. Sadly, the streaming service I was using, all four didn't have seasons 1 to 5, so I went searching. I browsed through the App Store, searching for an app similar to the Pirate Bay I found on an app called My Fixer. I downloaded it and found the series, so I watched seasons 1 to 5. By the end of series 5, I saw an episode that I haven't seen before. And mind you, I never saw this series before, so this episode was new to me. It was called Vengeance. I tapped on it. I couldn't count, but there were a few seconds of a black screen, only to be woken up by a loud, "My name is..." I yanked out of my earphones, and then I looked at my phone to see the intro. I didn't pay attention to an intro I had watched 60 times already, but the movements were janky, and Frylock's scene came up as the animation was choppy, and the quality dropped to that of an old Ed's World episodes. Like Zombie Attack, his fry arm was gone, and it didn't appear until the end of the frame, and Meat Ward's part certain frames would switch from that to Microsoft Paint art of the frames that it would have been that the frames disappeared during the editing, so they made do. The line number 1 in Hood G was gone, only by backing track played cut to the zoom out of the TV. It was plain static. Shake, now pissed, began to beat the sad-looking Meatwad with the PNG of the straw broom. I chuckled until the Shake started calling Meatwad insults and slurs that I cannot repeat here. His voice actor was giving all until I heard him slide off the headphones and walk off the screen. I heard him yelling, "I don't get paid enough to say this bullshit, god damn it!" He walked back up and sounded less enthusiastic and read the rest of his lines. Meatwad was now smushed with one of his eyes and was smushed all over. Sad still, Shake grabbed the broom and then put the cardboard box, exclaiming, "Fuck you." It then cut to still smushed Meatwad entering Frylock's room. He looked at him and said, "Are you alright?" Frylock didn't say a word as he stood there, looking at the wall. Meatwad was looking concerned before closing the door. It then cut to DR weird segment of revealed the straw broom with bits of meat on it as he scanned the DNA and claimed it was a specific space ghost. I laughed a bit as he was stupid after all. It cut to an image of a realistic Shake, Frylock, and Meatwad was something that scared me, and it was obviously the food items with doll eyes and fake teeth glued to it. But it was still uncomfortable to look at the cut footage of the Shake holding Happy Time Harry doll from that episode exclaimed, "I'm taking ya." He laughed as he walked out and taped a firework to the doll, holding the blowtorch, laughing, and he turned an MS Paint drawing as he ran back inside. He grabbed Meatwad by the arm, and Meatwad spoke in the actual child's voice and said, "Ow, you're hurting me." Shake looked down and spoke in the same deep voice, "Shut up." He exited out of the room and the house. He then entered the driveway and shoved the rocket inside him, lit the fuse box. Both Harry and Meatwad exploded into bits of meat, fell onto his face, and cut to the montage of Meatwad's memories, and Lance Rubber Duck freezed on him from sawing Carl's arms off. It glitched back now, looking at the VHS tape, transferring to show the aftermath of the rocket scene. Shake then laughed some more before running on to Frylock's room and took out an AK-47. He looked at Frylock and spoke in a deep man's voice, "You deserve this, and so much more." He opened fire, killing Frylock instantly. Now Shake ran out of Carl's house and entered using a meat cleaver, and he hand-banded it up. No gore was shown, but the blood was drawn in the art style of the show when he ran into the scene where Carl was calling someone with no arms, and it looked like Shake wasn't meant to be there, and instead was edited out. He took a cleaver and decapitated him. He took the pieces of Meatwad and sliced off the beard and mustache. No blood was shown, since there were food products that glued to the beer, as well as Carl's scalp and pieces of Meatwad. He laughed before he exited out in a psychotic voice. Now they can never leave me again. And then cuts to Shake normal, shoving the bodies into the hole as he swiveled dirt on top of them, and then grabbed the crate full of meat wads and Carl's and Frylock's things and left it at the curb for the garbage man. He removed the graffiti saying both Frylock's and Meatwad's names, have emptied the cart's house, removing the chairs, TV, and anything that traced back to him. He cleaned the walls of Meatwad's room before exiting outside as a sign outside of Carl's home. For sale. It then looked like he hammered down a news sign in front of the home and it said, Rooms to let. Now returning to the MS Paint and looked grin wide on a few shakes, face planning to do it again. Wow. And that, my pretties, was the Lost Aqua Team Hunger Force episode. A creepypasta written by Fire Flower Films. Fire Flower Films, I want to say thank you so much for the story. And okay, I definitely have to be honest with this, and I'm going to be as honest as I can be. I did not like this story. The story was just cliched. It had a cliche plot line, with Shake killing Meatwad and Frylock. I mean, what is up with that? Like, literally. What's up with, everybody killing everybody plotline? Like, why is it like every creepypasta I read ends up doing that? I don't understand that. I really don't. I don't get it why people do that, or they think it's okay to, throw it on there just for the sake of throwing it in there. That doesn't make the story scary or anything. It didn't work with this story. The plot of it could have easily been better, but that's not the case with this story. This story was just not that good. The grammar was really off. There were run-on sentences in the story that was extremely hard to read at times, and I really wish the grammar could have been better, but unfortunately that's not the case. And this story had potential, but it just went downhill. Cliches, left, right, and center. I honestly don't understand why Lost Episode Pastas continue to go down the route where they end up, pardon me about that, using a bunch of cliches thrown in there. I don't get it. That's literally been done to death so many times in a lot of creepypastas. It just didn't work with this one. Yeah, this story was not that good. I mean, yeah, Fireflower Films, I'm being brutally honest with this, so hopefully you will take this into consideration into improving on, your writing in the future. I mean, I'm not saying this to be a jerk or anything. I'm just saying, my opinion on this story and, what the issues are. There was a VHS cliche. There was no hyper-realistic stuff in there, thankfully. But the whole plot of, one character killing everybody else, yeah, that's been done a lot. And there was no reason for Shake to go ahead and, do all the things that he did. There's absolutely no reason for that. There was no reason given why that's the case. So that's disappointing. And I'm being brutally honest. This was just disappointing. This story could have had a potential, but unfortunately that's not the case with this story. And I'm gonna be brutally honest with this. The story, it could have had a decent concept, but that's not the case. That's not the case with this story. I'm sorry if I'm saying it, to sound like I'm being a jerk. I'm not. I'm just telling the truth of the story. The story just wasn't that good. That's literally one of the things I can definitely say. The story could have been good, but unfortunately that's not the case. Yeah. I'll leave a link in the description down below, so any of you guys who want to go check it out, to see what I mean, I'll be sure to do that. this is kind of one of the reasons why I don't really read from Spin Pasta, with a few exceptions. But that's just mainly it. Okay. I guess that's pretty much all I have to say. But Fire Flower Films, I have to say, continue writing and improve on your writing. I know you could do better. I see a lot of potential in you. Don't think I'm talking down on you because of how terrible it is. I'm just telling the actual truth of this story. But I do know for a full fact that you could do better. I do know that if you keep practicing, you will get better at writing. You know, it took me a long time. It took me years to learn how to write better. And look at me now. I'm writing and I'm doing hell of a lot better than how I was. I mean, my grammar wasn't the best either. I'm gonna be honest, but I've improved over the years and I'm doing so much better. So, with that being the case and with that being said, like I'm always gonna say, this is just simply my own personal opinion, and if you disagree with me, that's perfectly fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these creepypastas. This is just simply my own personal thoughts. I'm going to give this story a 1 out of 10. I'm only giving it a 1 because I know the story had potential. But that's not the case with this story. That's literally all I'm going to say. There's just too many cliches. It didn't sit well with me, and the whole concept was just cliched of its own self. And I see potential of what this story could have been, but that's not the case with this story. And this is unfortunate, because I wanted to like this story, but unfortunately that's not the case with this. But to the author of the story, I know you can improve on writing. Just keep practicing in that. I know I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings in any way, shape, or form, but I'm just giving out my honest opinions, and I'm being brutally honest with people. I guess with that being said, anyways, what did you guys personally think of this, creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? Also, what you have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Feel free to let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Lion Queen. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and if you enjoyed this channel, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you do. Ring the bell for notifications when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. As always, if you guys want to go follow me on Twitter, link to my Twitter account will be in the About page section. If you guys want to go follow me on DeviantArt, link to my DeviantArt will be in the About page section, so you guys can go follow me on there. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my backup channel known as Miss Dark Shigo, as link to that will also be in the About page section. So, I guess with that being said, if I'm missing something, please let me know what it is in the comments below. And as always, with that being said, I'll be seeing you guys all in the next video. Peace out, and like always, roll the outro, because I'm out. What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video. And I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, please stay pretty.